Hello everyone, today we're going to create a new character for Pathfinder 2nd Edition in Pathbuilder. I am going to just go through a level 1 character. Now, I'm not going to necessarily follow the exact order that is presented in the rulebook, but it is the way that is gives the most flow in the Pathbuilder system. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and name my character. I'm planning on making a dwarf, and I'm going to call him Bork Stone Finder, just to give a name. And we're going to wants us to save to a local folder. In the main folder, that's fine. You can make as many folders as you want. There's no real limit to how many characters you can create in Pathbuilder. The only thing is you'll want to make sure you save every now and then to your local drive, because if you ever erase your history on the web, you'll erase all of your characters. You'll have to reload from your database, from your desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and select Dwarf. And here's what you get with Dwarf. You get 10 hit points. Now, Ancestry and class both give you contributions to your starting hit points. So you get 10 hit points for being a dwarf. Your size is medium. Your speed is 20 feet. You get a boost to your abilities of Constitution, Wisdom, and one of your choice, and an ability flaw to Charisma. And your choices are Common and Dwarven for languages, and you get an additional language equal to your intelligence modifier. So if you have an intelligence modifier of +3, you get 3 extra languages. And you also gain dark vision. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that. All right, so we have, I can show you his size is medium. This is his current layout, but we haven't done his ability scores yet, other than what the default is for dwarf. We're going to go ahead and choose a background. I think what I'm going to do is I have my eye on creating a monk character. So I'm going to have him have an athletics martial discipline. I should show you what that gives. It gives an ability boost to strength or dexterity. In this case, I chose strength. And you can choose either athletics or acrobatics. It's going to default to acrobatics because of the particular choice I made for martial discipline. You can also choose the acrobatics version. And you get warfare lore, and you gain a skill feat. In my case, I'll get quick jump. If you had chosen acrobatics, you would have gotten catfall. So we'll accept that. And for our class, I said I was going to do a monk. You either do dexterity or strength as your key ability. I'm going to choose strength. And then you get 10 plus your constitution modifier. You're trained in perception, expert in fortitude, reflexes, and will. Trained in a number of skills equal to 4 plus your intelligence modifier. You are trained in simple weapons, trained in unarmed attacks, untrained in armor, and expert in unarmored defense. And then you have a class DC in your monk class. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. All right. So I think at this point, before we choose our heritages and ancestry feats and class feats, I'm going to go ahead and distribute my my final ability boosts. So I like having strength, constitution, and wisdom for that. You cannot have 2 boosts from the same source to the same ability, so it can't be strength and strength. I want to boost my charisma because I have a fault in charisma and I don't want to have a negative penalty in anything. So I got strength and charisma, and then strength again. For my martial discipline, I could have chosen dexterity, but I want a strength-based monk. And then I have 4 more boosts I can use. So I think I want to get my strength all the way to 18. I want to have my constitution be a little bit more powerful. Now, again, you can't have more than one boost to any one ability from any one source. So in this free boosts, I cannot select Constitution twice. So I'm going to boost Dexterity and Charisma and have him be a little bit better than average in those areas. And I'm going to be finished with that. I'm also going to do my skills. I don't want to boost anything that has a magical flair to it. So Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion, because I have a feeling that my party is going to cover at least some of those. So I wanted to cover things that wouldn't necessarily be covered by a magical caster. I do, however, want to keep medicine, because I found that because medicine is so useful, you can heal once per hour any member of your party as long as you have a healer's kit. And it's a decent amount of healing at lower levels. So I'm going to do that. I think I'll do diplomacy. I think I will do society, and I have one left. I think I'll put intimidation. I think that will be good. All right, and now heritage is the ancestry's sub-ancestry. And I am thinking I'm going to go with Rock Dwarf. That will give me a +2 circumstance bonus to Fortitude and Reflex DC against attempts to shove or trip. Also applies to savings throws against spell effects that attempt to knock you prone. And additionally, if an effect would move you 10 feet or more, you're only moved half the distance. So you're hard to shove. So I think I like that. I'm going to go for an Ancestry feat now. Ancestry feats give you a little bit more detail about your ancestry's genetic or cultural abilities. And I think what I'm going to do is actually going to use Vengeful Hatred. I want to do kind of a more gritty hero. I want to have vengeance against those who have wronged my people. Choose one of the following dwarven ancestral foes: Drow, Dorgar, Giant, or Orc. You gain a plus circumstance bonus to damage with weapons and unarmed attacks against creatures with that trait. I'm not sure I really like that as much as I originally thought, so I think I will go ahead and do Surface Culture. Rock Runner actually sounds good too. Ignore different. Yeah, I think I'll do it. I'll do Rock Runner. I like that. And now your class feat. Here's something I really love about Monk in Pathfinder 2nd edition, as opposed to the Monk in 5th edition. 5th edition Monk, you were kind of locked into having to be a magical martial artist. You had to have key abilities. And that never really appealed to me. I wanted to play just a martial artist. Now, I didn't want to have the magical abilities. I just wanted to be an extremely good martial artist. In 2nd edition, you do not have to take key abilities. You can just do different martial stances that give you different abilities. You start by picking one feat that gives you one ability. In my case, I would choose one of the stances. Tiger Stance would give you 1d8 slashing damage and give 1d4 persistent bleed damage if you crit succeed. And you can step 10 feet as long as your speed is at least 20 feet, which mine is exactly 20. Wolf Stance allows you to deal 1d8 piercing damage, and if you're flanking a target, your Wolfjaw unarmed attack also gains the trip trait. What I think, and there's several, there's Dragon Stance, Gorilla Stance. You can see there's a couple of key abilities. monastic archer stance, so you can actually use your flurry of blows at range. So I'm going to actually choose not to do a weapon one. I'm going to do the mountain stance, which grants a bonus to AC and a circumstance bonus against being shoved or tripped. I know that's kind of doubling up. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe that'll be a secondary stance. Maybe I will start with the gorilla stance. That's kind of a strength-based stance. You do 1d8 bludgeoning damage and have the backswing, forceful, grapple, and non-lethal and unarmed traits. You also gain a +2 circumstance bonus to your athletics checks to climb. And if you roll a successful athletics check to climb, you get a critical success instead. I kind of like that. So we've got that, and that fills out our abilities at level 1. You can see you also automatically have Dark Vision, Flurry of Blows, Powerful Fist, and you get a free feat, which was Quick Jump from the other thing. So Flurry of Blows, it's easier to see over here. I'll do that in a minute. Over here, feats. Flurry of Blows, and it's going to be blocked by my, move myself over here. Make 2 unarmed strikes. If both hit the same creature, combine their damage for the purposes of resistances and weaknesses. You apply your multiple attack penalty to the strikes normally. So now it's unarmed attacks, so it would be a -4 for the second attack and a -8 for the third attack, as opposed to a 5 and a 10. It's still not amazing, but it's something. And as it has the Flourish trait, you can use Flurry of Blows only once per turn. So that's Flurry of Blows. It's different than is in 5th edition because the rule system is different, and so how you apply the Flurry of Blows to 2nd edition is going to be different. So all we need to do now is equip our gear and our weapons and things like that. Everybody starts off with 15 gold. And what I'm going to do before I do anything, in Pathbuilder, you have to add your fist as a weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's free. And it basically has the agile, finesse, non-lethal, and unarmed traits. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to do a kit. Most of the classes have a class kit that gives you starting equipment, unless you want to just buy it piecemeal. The newer classes do not have that, but it's fairly easy to make a kit on your own. So this is a monk kit. It gives you the Adventurer's Pack, which has various things in it, a climbing kit, grappling hook, a smoke stick, and 10 darts. So I'm going to buy that. Accept. Yep, and that's going to subtract 5 gold and 3 silver. So now I have 9 gold and 7 silver left. I'm also going to buy clothes. So I'm going to do Explorer's Clothes, because that's only 1 silver, and that's all he really needs. So I am going to cancel. Where's my gear? So Explorer's Clothing, I want it there, no bulk override. All right, so we're there. So he's got clothing. He's got his weapons. I might decide, I think, we've got some money left. We got 9 gold left. I might go ahead and give him another weapon. Now, what is he proficient in? Well, actually, if you look through the weapons, it tells you what he's proficient in. So simple weapons, martial weapons, advanced weapons, and unarmed attacks. So he's proficient. Simple weapons, he's untrained in martial, untrained in advanced, and trained in unarmed attacks. So we can get simple weapons for him. So I will just go simple. I'm not doing any magical weapons. And I think that let's see here. I'm an old-fashioned person. I'll do a staff. Well, that's only 1d4 bludgeoning. I want to have a different type of it besides bludgeoning. We can do a spear. What can I? That's bludgeoning. Bludgeoning. I want something that's not bludgeoning. And I don't want a gun. There's not a whole lot of options over here for simple weapons that aren't 1d4. Now this is kind of a good one. I will do this. And I will buy, and I have a guitar. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You've got your weapons, tri-blade guitar, darts, and his fist. He's got no armaments, but he has an AC of 16 because of his unarmed. He's trained in unarmored. Well, he's expert in unarmored defense. He's got all of his gear. You can see the backpack includes bedroll, chalk, flint and steel, rations, rope, soap, torch, and a water skin. He doesn't have any spells. He doesn't have any pets. We have to select languages, which we know he's good with Common and Dwarven. And he doesn't have any Ether modifiers, so he doesn't get anything else. I don't need to worry about, well, I'll just go he, him. Just to throw something in there. Age, adult, because I don't need to get any more specific than that. And everything else is fine. So that's really, and you can have notes in here about your character information. And that's everything you need to know to start off in Pathbuilder. If you want to, I should have done this. If you want to limit what rulebooks you're using, which I should have done, you can deselect all and select core rulebook and maybe the beginner's box. And you can select which setting books, third-party books, and adventures and bestiaries you want to draw from. I didn't do that. I'm not going to do that. And I don't want to save anything I just changed. So let's just go to rulebooks and select all because I don't want to change anything. Let me just go ahead and save my character. Make sure you don't make a new copy every time you save. Otherwise you'll have dozens and dozens and dozens of the same character and you won't know which one is your most recent one. There is a way to find out. It's in the description, but it's annoying. But anyway, yeah, that's how you create the character. You can create a PDF copy of your character, a stat block version of your character. You can share your character with other people, and all kinds of other fun things over here. But that's beyond the scope of this. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned from it. Create as many characters as you want. Have fun with it, and have a great day.